Hello, I'm Robert Chastain, a musician with a freelance composing, performing, and teaching career, situated in the San Francisco Bay Area. I spend a great portion of my time as a conductor, rehearsing and leading in concert ensembles around the Bay Area, including UC Berkeley's Chamber Chorus, the San Francisco Conservatory of Music Chorus, the San Francisco Wind Ensemble, as well as startup ensembles of my own. I've also been able to perform extensively, singing as a basso and choruses around the Bay Area, as well as performing on the bassoon, my primary instrument. When I'm not performing, I spend a great deal of time teaching future generations how the arts can enrich their lives, both as a teaching artist for the San Francisco Opera's Arts in the Schools program, and previously as assistant director of the UC Berkeley Chamber Chorus. Now, as a freelance musician, I do my best to make ends meet in the city of San Francisco. But just as every composer in history has known, my success is dependent on patronage. This is where you come in. While I believe that teaching might be the most important profession in the world, I can only do it part-time and still have the time to develop my own compositions. I need patrons to help me realize my work, and I invite you to become one of them. In so doing, you will be part of a rich tradition of patronage, which has determined the art history of our civilization. Many of us have heard the music of Russian Romantic composer Peter Tchaikovsky, but not necessarily everybody knows the name Nadezhda Fonyak. Nadezhda, being a successful Russian businesswoman, became a significant patron of the arts in her time. In so doing, she dramatically shaped the Russian artistic culture of the Romantic era. For 13 years, she supported Tchaikovsky so that he could devote himself full-time to composition. In response, Tchaikovsky dedicated one of his greatest works, the Symphony No. 4 in F minor, to her, an honor often reserved for titles and crowns. Understand what I am saying. It is the patron that shapes their cultural landscape and makes a mark on history by financially enabling artists. And your patronage will enable me to compose my music, knowing that bread is on my kitchen table. Yes, even a passionate artist and devoted teacher is subject to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you would like to hear more of my work, do click on the link to my website or pull up a separate tab in your browser and navigate to www.robertchastain.net. You might notice the magnitude of my work, which is often written for large ensembles. It is due to this type of work, which can take months of composition time, that I ask for a monthly patronage, and not a per-work patronage as other musicians often do. The turnaround time for me is much slower due to the time and money it takes to compose, orchestrate, typeset, and record a large work, much less the time it takes to make a YouTube video with it. As I approach the point of writing my first opera, this is especially important to consider. This is why I promise to keep in touch with my donor base with sneak previews of my work. These previews might include score excerpts, or rough recordings, or even libretto drafts. It's kind of a way for us to collaborate on my artistic development. So please, Help me in my quest to continue the tradition of classical music. Your donation is the difference between a starving artist and a thriving creative force. Let's do this together. Click Donate Now and become a modern-day patron. Thank you. Ah yes, one more thing. My hobby. When I'm not engaged in teaching or creative work, I like to brew beer to share with my family, friends, and colleagues, and of course imbibe a little bit myself. Your patronage will also contribute to my upcoming YouTube channel dedicated to the art and craft of beer brewing. I hope this added bonus will be as exciting for you as it is for me. Feel free to contact me if you're interested in discussing my music, or my beer, or my music over beer. Thank you so much for your patronage.